unfortunately.
Have you had a good day today?
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. What did you have you gotten to do anything special for your birthday, or is that stuff coming later?
Um, I mean, it's just pretty much a normal day.
Do what?
Pretty much just a normal day.
Pretty much just a normal day. Pretty much just a normal day. Okay, all right. Um, well, I hope you have a good birthday. Should we sing happy birthday to Noah? Should
No.
we all just yeah, let's do that. Everybody unmute your mic.
Yes.
We're gonna sing happy birthday to Noah. Ready? We're gonna unmute our mics. Everybody unmute your mics. Chris, there you go. I see that. Let's see. Ethan's unmiked. All right. All right, you ready? Here we go. We're gonna sing happy birthday on three. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Noah.
Meet your mic, bro.
Happy birthday to you. Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, Noah.
That was something. That was something there. Happy birthday, Noah. Happy birthday. You are a legend in your own mind. Happy birthday, buddy. Everybody else have a good day today?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. I got some news I want to share with everybody. Hey, Brother Steve, I got some news I want to share with y'all. Here comes Brother Steve. Maybe he's going to wish you a happy birthday, Noah.
Hey, Brother Steve.
I can't believe you guys are as you are. Did you hear what he said? He said he can't believe you're as old as you are.
Yeah.
He's speechless. He's just moved. He's moved to tears a little bit. So, but yeah, hey guys, got some good news for us. We are coming back to in-person meeting on January 24th. That means that we're going to have Sunday school, and I'm going to talk about Sunday school in just a minute. We're going to have Sunday school at 10 a.m. We're going to have Sunday worship at 11 a.m. We're going to have Sunday night worship at 6 p.m. and then Sunday night youth discipleship back. We're going to have a great time because we've had so many birthdays between December and January. We gotta like do it in style. So we're gonna have like a birthday cake. Okay. I'm gonna put a vote out there. Do you want an ice cream cake or just like a regular cake? And whoever gets, we might just get one of each. And so, but that's gonna happen Sunday night youth discipleship at 7. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you guys. And so that's awesome. Are y'all excited about getting back to being in person?
Yes.
I know I am. We've had some that we haven't gotten to see very much online, and so that's just how it is. And so I'm looking forward to seeing them when we meet back. And I've got to talk about Sunday school for a minute. You guys have enjoyed Libby teaching you? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I think from what you guys have been telling me, and of course other youth that are not here right now, what they've told me, hey, we've enjoyed Libby. We've enjoyed having her teaching. Well, I was talking to Libby, and guess what? She and I think possibly Jeff are going to start teaching you guys. Now, how they're going to do it is, because they still got to be safe, is they're going to teach through Zoom. So you'll see them on the screen on Zoom, and they'll see you on the camera in the youth room. And so I'll be up there just kind of hanging out, hosting, making sure that you guys are behaving yourself and all that. And so, but I'm excited about Libby and possibly Jeff teaching you guys again in Sunday school. And so are you guys excited about that?
Yes.
Awesome. And so just that's something for us to look forward to. Of course, we've also got our regular thing that we do every Tuesday, and that is the IG Devo. It is every Tuesday, of course, at 7 o'clock. It's devotional, it's prayer, and it's a great break from the crazy. And it's, of course, it's on Instagram Live. We have a actual series of these videos that we've collected now to where you can binge watch them if you want to. Also, just when it's put out there, you don't necessarily have to watch it at 7. It'd be awesome, because that's when I'll be in the comments live chatting. But also, you don't have to. You can go back. You can watch it Thursday morning. You can watch it whenever you want. It's available to you whenever you want. But that is what we do every Tuesday. It premieres at 7, and it's like 7:05-ish. I don't understand why it's like 5 minutes late, but hey, it premieres around there, and that's just I've been enjoying it. We are going to start a group Devo in the first week of February. And so I'm looking forward to that with you guys doing that stuff. So last week I wanted to play a game, and the game did not work out for whatever reason. The game simply did not work out. And so I was like, okay, I want to play a game. And then I was like, bam, let's get this game working. I've got this game working. And it does work with what we're talking about we're talking about strength today. We've been talking about goals, having these God-sized dreams, and we're going to continue in that conversation. But I want to play this game with you. It's really cool. It's just a neat little game to play. Well, I'll just say it's called, let me get this going up here. The game that we're going to play tonight is called, hold on 1 minute. Let me get the video panel up. And this is what you're going to say. This is called How Many. It is called How Many. Now, this is how it's going to work. It'll be all of you guys, because we have about 3 of you playing with us right now, 3 or 4 of you, enough for us to do this. I'm going to ask you guys these questions. A completed Lego structure is going to appear on the screen, and it's going to be the job of each of you guys to figure out how many individual Lego pieces are a part of the structure. Closest without going over gets the point. The most correct answers at the end wins. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you this. Some of these you have to think about, okay? Some of these you would think there would be a whole lot of pieces, and they're not really a whole lot of pieces. Some of these, because of what they're called, are going to blow your mind by the number of pieces it takes to build it, okay? So are you guys ready? You're going to have to unmute your microphones, and but are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. Here's the first one. It is, how many Lego pieces do you think it takes to build Hogwarts Castle? The completed Hogwarts Castle.
I know this one.
What do you think, Ethan?
9,000 pieces.
Okay. Will, you want to take a guess?
I'm gonna go a little bit under. I'm gonna guess 8,500.
8,500. Okay.
I'm gonna say 9,001.
Like that's what I was gonna do, you stinker.
You just said 5,001. That's awesome.
No, 9,001.
Okay. All right.
He's using all.
That's what I was gonna do.
All right. What about you, Noah? What do you say?
There's a meeting about a death one of 3 weeks today.
I mean, I haven't built any of these this size. So I'm
It
not sure
says
the
we have a meeting at
amount
staff.
that's used in these sizes.
What do you think?
But so based on what Ethan said, I'm just gonna go with 9,005.
All right. Well, the answer is, all right, so the highest is 9,005. Is that right?
Yes.
All right. Well, none of you are exact. Noah, you're the closest. The actual number of pieces is, if you were to build the whole thing, 40,000 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
That is massive.
My goodness.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling y'all.
Using small
You got to
pieces
think about
only?
this really good. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Next one. This one is from Lord of the Rings. It is Rivendell. How many pieces do you think it is?
I have an idea.
Oh, hold up, wait, 50,000.
50,000?
I'm gonna guess 100,000.
100,000.
I'm gonna say
15,100.
50,100.
15,000.
Oh, 15,100. All right.
I'm gonna say 24,000.
24,000.
Yes.
All right. Emery, we're playing this game. We're trying to guess how many Lego pieces it takes to build the set. You want to take a shot and figure and think how many pieces it takes?
What did everybody else say?
I think the highest is
A lot.
100,000.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
You don't want to go over, but you want to be the closest.
I'm gonna say 60,000.
60,000.
Really, Noah?
Okay.
65.
Really?
I'm
Jacob, we're
gonna
playing this game to where you got to
say-
guess how many Lego pieces it takes to build the set that you see on the screen, and without going over. And so, the highest guess we have is 100,000. Emery's guessing
I'm gonna guess like 90,837. I don't know.
90,837. Okay. All right, Jacob, you want to take a guess at it?
I just saw this.
I'm gonna be that guy and say 100,001.
Oh, come on, man.
Oh, we did that earlier.
Dude, I was gonna say that.
All right. Once again, nobody is correct. Nobody is correct. But the closest is Jacob, because he did 100,001. The
Okay.
actual number of pieces is 200,000 pieces.
What the heck?
Dang.
That is a lot. 200,000 pieces.
What's
Yes.
my prize?
All right. What about this one? A life-sized X-Wing.
Oh, I saw this on a documentary.
Life-sized
I don't remember how much it
X-Wing.
was.
That's
How many
huge.
pieces? Yeah, it's big. How many pieces do you think it took to build a life-size X-Wing?
Well, the pieces
What?
look like they've been supersized, so I'm assuming there's not that many. So I'm gonna say 200.
Huh.
I'm,
All right,
I'm-
200. Okay.
I'm gonna say 5.
5. All right.
Yep.
Chris has answered. Ethan's answered. No, what's your answer?
I'm trying to zoom in on the picture. It's not really working.
No cheating, Noah.
I'm not. Around 100.
100. All right.
Uh,
Will, how many pieces?
I know some of those pieces ain't supersized. Some of them are. So I'm gonna go 400,000.
400,000. All right. All right. All right.
oh,
Let's see. We've done Chris, Noah, Ethan, Will, Emery.
How many did Will say? 400,000?
Don't
Yes,
do
Will
it,
said
please
400,000.
I'm gonna say like 50,000.
50,000.
No,
All right. All right. All right.
500,000. That's the
All right, Jacob, what about you?
Uh, 399,999.
Mr. Richard.
All right, Emery, did you want to say 500,000? Was that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. All
Hey,
right,
did you say
Brayden.
that was life size?
It was
Superman.
life size.
Is that it?
Life
Oh,
size.
that's at least 2.4 million.
All right, Brayden, what do you
That's-
say?
I'm just sitting there. If you think about it, the size of a Lego.
But some of the
Compared to the
Legos
man.
look supersized.
Yeah, it's tricky. If you zoom in on the wing,
Can we
like
say
to
different
the
answers?
left of where the guy is, you can see or some of the pieces are larger.
I don't know.
All right, Braden, how many pieces do you think that this life-sized X-Wing is? Legos. How many?
10 million.
10 million. Well, Braden, you are over.
Oh, okay.
Doug,
Okay.
how many pieces did you say?
Like 2.4 million, just being, I don't know.
All right, Doug, you are the closest. The actual number of pieces in this life-size Lego are 5,335,200 pieces. And it doesn't fly.
I did.
What a waste.
I didn't think that they would
Wow.
like build
So
it
ashamed.
all out of
So
scrap.
ashamed.
And it would
Yeah,
fall
I thought
apart
they just use like
that.
supersized Lego pieces.
All right, what about this one? 118-foot tall tower. How many Lego pieces are in that tower?
Oh my goodness.
50 million.
50 million. All right, all right. Ethan said 50 million. All right, Will,
I'm
what
gonna
about
say
you?
20 million.
Chris, you say 20 million?
Yep.
All right, Chris says 20. Ethan says 50. Will, what about you?
I'm gonna say 20 billion.
20 billion. All right. Noah, what about you? All right, I'll come back to you, Noah. Do you have a number? All right, I'm going to come back to you. Emery, how many pieces do you think it is?
I don't know, 4 million.
How many did you
4
say,
million,
Noah?
yes.
How many?
Hello?
How many pieces how many pieces did you say it was?
5 million.
5 million. All right. All right. Emery, how many pieces do you think it is?
Everybody's going so big. Has anybody gone over it?
I can't tell you that until we have a number, until we have the final number. I still have you and 2 others.
They can go first.
All right, Jacob.
I totally zoned out and didn't pay attention to what all was said.
Just guess.
Okay, I think Will went high on the 20 billion, so I'm going to say 1 billion.
1 billion. All right, Braden.
15 million.
15 billion.
That's too low.
Okay, Emery.
Million.
15 million. Okay, Emery.
I'm gonna say. This is hard. I'm just gonna say 5.8 million.
A lot of you are over. A lot of you are over. I get it because you think it's such a tall tower that it's going to be a lot. But I can promise you this. Let's see. Who are the ones that had less than $1 million?
Me.
Ethan, Chris,
I
and
said
Will. Is that
50
right?
million.
You said less than $1 million?
Less than $1 million. Who said less than $1 million?
You said less than $1 billion.
I
No, I
said
said
who had
million.
less than $1 million. So it was Ethan,
Oh, never
Chris,
mind.
and Will.
No, never mind. I said 50 million.
No, it wasn't Will. So you said 50 million. How many did you say, Chris?
I said 50 million.
Y'all were all over. Y'all were all over. That's right. Okay. Guess
Well, then
what?
somebody lied to you.
Yeah, somebody lied to me. That's okay. All right. It is 500,000 pieces.
No, that's a lie.
That's
500,000 pieces. I mean,
But
you
that
know, it
thing's
could
taller
happen.
than a
I
skyscraper.
could count 500,000 pieces on the bottom row.
Yeah.
What about this one? Brinkley the sea monster. How many pieces do you think Brinkley, who I think you see you see him in around the Lego park in Florida, I think. Brinkley the Lego store in Florida. Brinkley the Sea Monster, how many pieces do you think he is? I'll give you a hint. It is less than 1 million.
Too many.
I'm gonna say 700,000.
700,000.
though.
Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
say I'm gonna say 540,000.
540,000. All right. Will?
I'm gonna assume 800,000, I guess.
800,000. All right. Noah?
To 600,000.
600,000. Okay. All right. Emery?
What was the lowest number?
I can't remember.
1.
I'm gonna say 500,000.
Be right back.
500,000. All right. All right. Uh-oh, somebody just left. Jacob, how many pieces do you think?
200,000.
200,000. You guys are all over. Jacob was the closest, but he was over. 170,000 pieces. All right, we're gonna do one more.
I was gonna say
One more.
100,000, and then
Yeah,
I
I
just
know.
decided to go 200.
Yeah,
I
that's
said
crazy.
1.
All right. What about
Well, yeah, if Will said 1, then then he would win.
No,
Will?
my
Did you,
dad
you didn't
said
say, I don't
1.
think Will said 1. I think he had said another number, and then he said 1. He said 800,000. All right. This one, this is the last one. The Star Wars Death Star. How
I know
many
that-
pieces do you think this one
The
is?
count was said
I
in
know
the
this one.
Spider-Man movie, but I forgot it.
I know this one.
Ethan says he
Nine.
know it. What is it?
900 pieces.
Dang.
I'm gonna say 901.
I'm gonna
800
say
and-
899.
899. Dang it.
899.
Sandwiching him.
1,000.
All right, Will.
898.
898. All right, Brayden.
Ethan, you better hope you're right.
1,000.
I'm right.
Huh? What did Brayden say?
1,000.
1,000. Noah,
3,000.
what do you think, Noah?
3,000.
3,000. Emery, what do you think?
I'm gonna say 3,002.
3,002. Noah, you were the closest. However,
Emery did that stupid thing. Yeah, I know.
Emery beat you
Hey,
by
Hey, wait, don't say it.
4,016 pieces.
Oh, what?
That movie lied to me.
Ethan said
Yeah, no, Emery cheated.
900.
Said it was 900. Every other
Ethan,
box that I've
you are
looked at
not
has
accurate
that
on that.
set
You are
to
not
900.
accurate. Yeah, I mean, so that is pretty insane as to how many pieces there are. And I didn't even show you some of the others. We might play this on Sunday and show you the others. But yeah, like there's one that's like, I mean, just massive. This is massive. So, but yeah, that was how many Lego edition. So glad you guys played. We've been talking about goals, and we've been talking about, you know, Nehemiah, and I have a question. Is it anybody's goal this year to be like physically stronger this year? Anybody have that goal to be physically stronger this year?
Yes.
No.
Emery does. All right.
Will it count to be like physically faster?
Yeah. Stronger is fat. Like it's being faster. It's being healthier. It's all of those things. So yeah, Emery, you're trying to be physically stronger. Chris, are you trying to be physically stronger? By the way,
Yes.
Chris, how did you do? I heard that at one of the races you did, you got 4th place.
Yeah, it was in the 1,500.
Holy cow, that's amazing.
Shut up.
It's just
That's
1,500 meters. It's a little bit less than a mile.
That's super cool. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah.
I know I have a goal of running more, which would make me stronger by running more. That's what I want to do, like this month, and then next month do the same. Get more every month compared to what I did the month of the previous year. But, you know, we started talking in the series about like New Year's resolutions, about commitments. And did you know that after like 2 weeks, most people have already given up on their New Year's resolution? Like there's no staying power with it, and they tend to give up really quick. And by the end of January, check this out, fewer than 25% of people who started in January 1st with their New Year's resolutions, fewer than 25% of those people are still committed to their goals. And a big part of it is because achieving our goals, it's just simply, it's hard work. Even when we make detailed plans and have the best intentions, it takes strength, it takes commitment, and it takes perseverance to follow through. And I don't know, maybe what your goals are. Maybe, maybe you got some goals that you haven't shared, and maybe they're spiritual goals, or maybe they're physical goals, or mental goals, or relational goals. Maybe they're even God-sized goals. I don't know. Maybe you have a goal of finally getting a girlfriend this year. I don't know what it is. Okay. I don't know what your goals are, but whatever goals you have right now, I've got some good news and I've got some bad news for you. Okay. Here's the bad news. If you haven't already, you're going to experience opposition. You're going to experience frustration, and you're going to experience a lack of motivation on your way to achieving the goals. Okay. The good news, though, is that there is hope when your goals are too much to handle on your own. That when things get difficult and you feel weak or discouraged, how do you keep pursuing your goals? How do you keep pursuing your goals and finish strong? Well, we're going to talk about that. Let's see what Nehemiah has to show us today, okay? Hopefully you've been with us, you've been walking with us through these weeks. I think most of you have. Let's see if we can work together to quickly kind of get us up to speed. And I'm hoping that you guys will do this, okay? And this is what I want you to do. I'm going to ask you to help me recreate the story that we've been learning about in Nehemiah. And I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to start off, and then I'm going to say, and then what happened? And hopefully you'll be able to tell me the next thing that happened, okay? So this is what it is. Long ago in the city of Jerusalem, it was destroyed by an enemy army. And then what happened? What happened? What happened next? Y'all are crushing my dreams. All right, well, here, let me see if this helps. God promised the Jewish people that they would one day return to Jerusalem. And then what happened?
They walked around the wall and played trumpets and stuff, and then it fell down.
No, that happened a long time ago. I'm talking about when we talked about Nehemiah and how the Jerusalem was destroyed, and God promised the Jewish people that they would return to Jerusalem. What happened after that?
They returned.
Nehemiah.
They returned to Jerusalem, yeah. And then what did they start doing?
Wait, did I say that?
Rebuilding.
Didn't they
Yes,
start
you did.
building a wall?
What did they start doing after they returned to Jerusalem?
They were rebuilding a wall, weren't they?
Well, they were about to, but before they were rebuilding the wall, what were they rebuilding?
The city.
The city, yeah, there we go. Now we're cooking. All right, although people were living in Jerusalem, Nehemiah learned that the walls were falling down. And then what happened?
He asked king if he could fix the wall.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
Nehemiah
that's
wanted to
right. I
repair the
remember now.
walls to honor God and to protect his people. And for months, Nehemiah prayed, he planned, he prepared. And Nehemiah asked the king to repair the walls. And the king said, what?
The king said, yeah, you can go repair the wall.
The king said, yes, exactly. So once he arrived in Jerusalem, Nehemiah got to work. And Nehemiah, we're not going to read Nehemiah together, but I do have this little neat video that kind of describes what kind of in a funny way. Okay. It's a funny video. Okay. About what took place in Nehemiah 3. And so I want to show you this video. It's funny. Here you go.
What's up, CCV kids? It's Way Back Wednesday. That's right. And we're going into our CCV Kids vault to show you a classic. Hope you enjoy it.
When we last saw Nehemiah, he was on his way to Jerusalem. determined to rebuild the city.
I am so determined to rebuild the city.
That's what I just... Never mind. Upon arriving at Jerusalem, Nehemiah's first order of business was to inspect the damage.
Man, this city is quite, what's the word?
Damaged?
I was gonna say it has experienced a high degree of fragmentation, but damaged will do.
Yes. So having assessed the situation, Nehemiah quickly gathered the leaders of the Jewish people and told them his plan.
What's the plan, Nehemiah?
Glad you asked.
Are we gonna go hunting?
No.
Hear me out. If every man brought home 7 deer, we could take all the antlers and glue them together in a wall formation. Imagine a wall of sharp, pointy deer antlers, 20 feet tall around the entire city. That'll keep our enemies at bay. They'll get the point for sure. Get it?
Not really, and I don't think we're gonna do that.
Then what am I supposed to do with all these deer antlers?
Just calm down, Larry. Let me talk.
Okay, fine.
As I was saying, you see the trouble we're all in? Jerusalem lies in ruins, and its gates have been burned with fire. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace.
Great plan, Nehemiah. I'll go get my tools.
Well, Larry's on board. What say the rest of you?
Yay! So all the people followed Nehemiah's plan and began rebuilding the wall. If you want to hear all about their names, you can read them in Nehemiah chapter 3. Some of them had some very interesting names.
Like me, I'm Hosanna. I rebuilt the fish gate.
Indeed you did.
And me, I'm Shalou. I rebuilt the fountain gate.
Yes, you did. The point is, everyone was working very hard.
Don't forget me, I'm Malchijah.
Oh, Malchijah, I heard about you. You...
Repaired the dung gate. Yes, tough job, lot of dung.
Dung? As in poop?
Yep, poop. I repaired the poop gate.
As the narrator, I'm a little embarrassed to ask this, but what exactly is the poop gate?
Well, when animals poop in the city, the poop needs to be removed from the city, so you need a gate to take it outside the city. A poop gate. For poop!
Or dung.
Yes, dung. Dung gate. Sounds more official. I rebuilt that.
And a fine job you did, Malchijah.
Well, gee, thanks.
So under Nehemiah's leadership, all the Jewish people began working together to rebuild the wall around Jerusalem.
So that was a little bit more of a creative way of telling you about what happened in Nehemiah 3. And the big point of it is, despite all those details and the guy with the dung gate, is that they all worked together. They all got together. This wasn't a project that Nehemiah could have done on his own. They all worked together and they all took a part with it. And so open up your Bibles and because this was a team effort, and we're going to read a little bit about this, is that, they're doing all this stuff, but then something else happens, okay? And we're going to read this particular, spend a little bit of time in this in the amount that we have tonight, and then we're going to finish, of course, on Sunday. But open up your Bibles to Nehemiah chapter 4, beginning in verse 1. And it's going to also be on your screen, but this is what it says. It says that when Sanballat heard that we were rebuilding the wall, he became furious. He mocked the Jews before his colleagues and the powerful men of Samaria and said, "What are these pathetic Jews doing? Can they restore it by themselves? Will they offer sacrifices? Will they ever finish it? Can they bring these burnt stones back to life from the mounds of rubble?" Then Tobiah the Ammonite, who was beside him, said, "Indeed, even if a fox climbed up what they were building, he would break down their stone wall." All right, so what you have happening is you have these guys that were bullies. That's what they were. They were bullies. They were mocking and making fun of the Israelites. They called them weak. They mocked their quality of work, mocked their pain, mocked their beliefs, and tried to kind of crush their hopes. And even though Nehemiah and his team were being obedient to God, they still had to deal with the haters. They hated us because they ain't us, and they just couldn't stand them. And so they were bullies. Let's see what else goes on. Let's look at and see how Nehemiah and his team kind of handled their frustration. In Nehemiah beginning in verse 4, this is what it says. It says here in verse 4 that he says this. He says, listen, our God, for we are despised. Make their insults return on their own heads, and let them be taken as plunder to a land of captivity. Do not cover their guilt or let their sin be erased from your sight, because they have angered the builders. So we have rebuilt the wall until the entire wall was joined together up to half its height, for the people had the will to keep working. So what is it that they do? They pray and they ask God to take care of it, and they keep on keeping on. There's so much we could talk about here, but there's just some things I want to just kind of point out. Nehemiah, he didn't get distracted. That's the big thing. He didn't get distracted. That's a big thing. He didn't fight with the guys. He didn't add to their drama. He didn't even really respond. He took it to God. He asked God to hear his prayers and to make it right. And he wasn't afraid to be honest with God about what he was feeling. And he was open and he was real and genuine with God. He wanted these guys to be punished. And so Nehemiah, he didn't get distracted. He took it to God, and he also kept going. He and his team kept building no matter what those guys had to say, and they rebuilt the wall to half of its original height, and everyone poured their hearts into it. And that's pretty awesome. That's pretty amazing. But wait, there's more that happens. Let's see what else happens. In Nehemiah chapter 4, beginning in verse 7, it says this. It says, when Sanballat, Tobiah, and the Arabs, Ammonites, and Ashdodites heard the repair to the walls of Jerusalem was progressing and that the gaps were being closed, they became furious. They all plotted together to come and fight against Jerusalem and throw it into confusion. So we prayed to our God and stationed a guard because of them day and night. In Judah, it was said, the strength of the laborer fails, since there is so much rubble. We will never be able to rebuild the wall. And so let's continue on and read. And our enemies said they won't realize it until we're among them and can kill them and stop the work. When the Jews who lived nearby arrived, they said to us time and again, everywhere you turn, they attack us. So I stationed people behind the lowest sections of the wall at the vulnerable areas, and I stationed them by families with their swords and spears and bows. And after I made an inspection, I stood up and said to the nobles, the officials, and the rest of the people, don't be afraid of them. Remember the great and awe-inspiring Lord, and fight your countrymen, your sons and daughters, your wives and homes. And when our enemies heard that we knew their scheme and that God had frustrated it, every one of us returned to his own work on the wall. And from that day on, half of my men did the work, while the other half held spears, shields, bows, and armors. The officers supported all the people of Judah who were rebuilding the wall, and the laborers carried the loads and worked with one hand and held a weapon with the other. Each of the builders had his sword strapped around his waist while he was building, and the one sounded the ram's horn was beside me. Then I said to the nobles, the officials, and the rest of the people, the work is enormous and spread out, and we are separated far from one another along the wall. Wherever you hear the sound of the ram's horn, rally to us there. Our God will fight for us. So we continued the work while half the men were holding spears from daybreak until the stars came out. And at that time, I also said to the people, let everyone and his servant spend the night inside Jerusalem so that they can stand guard by night and work by day. And I, my brothers, my servants, and the men of the guard with me never took off our clothes, and each carried his weapon even when washing. And so after such opposition, the strength of Nehemiah's team, it was giving out, and they were discouraged. And so, these bullies, they were relentless, but Nehemiah, he was committed and strategic. Nehemiah, he took it to God again. He'd been in constant communication with God since the very beginning, and this moment was no different. And Nehemiah prioritized rest. He knew he and his team needed rest if they were going to have the strength to keep going. So he found a way for them to work in shifts. And Nehemiah chose community. Nehemiah's team committed to protecting and supporting each other for as long as their opposition lasted. Nehemiah kept going again. He didn't stop. He kept going. And there's something I think that, and we're going to continue to unpack this on Sunday, but I think there's something really big for us to grab a hold of. As we look and read about all these bullies and stuff, there's a big thing. The big takeaway for us tonight is this, is that no matter what the world throws at us, God gives us strength to pursue God-sized goals. In life, we're going to deal with opposition even when we're doing what God calls us to do. It's like what we talked about in Galatians 6:9, how we're encouraged to keep going even if we face opposition. And so I want you to be encouraged that as we quickly wrap up, and I think as we quickly wrap up, and then you guys can start heading after. I think there's another singing of Happy Birthday. I'm not sure, but we're going to go ahead and pray. But I just want to encourage you guys that the big takeaway for tonight is that God gives us strength to pursue God-sized goals, no matter what the world throws at us. And so when you're doing something that God calls you to do, just know that you can do it because God will give you strength. Let's pray. Father God, thank you so much for tonight, and thank you for just allowing us to be together, Father. I pray that when we face opposition, Father, when we're doing what you call us to do, I pray that you remind us as you show us in your word tonight, that we can keep going, knowing that you will give us our strength. And it's in your name I pray. Amen. Now, I think we're going to sing. Those of you joining us on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. We'll see you guys